In less than 5 minutes, I am going to explain how people, specifically myself, is shaped and influenced by the culture around me. Filipinos, internationally known as one of the most hospitable people in the world. Growing up, I have always been an observant child. Through the years, I have noticed that my parents, especially my mother, are not that welcoming towards other people. They are not a fan of inviting guests to our home for certain occasions except when they have no other option. My mother does not like entertaining guests that much. My father, on the other hand, is a very sociable person but has to comply to what my mother wants. You know, in the house, the husband is the boss, the wife is just the decision maker, that kind of stuff. All in all, I can conclude that in our household, the so-called hospitability that other foreign people assume all Filipinos to have is not applied. However, I am not my parents, but sometimes I try my best to be accommodating as possible. Whenever my friends want to stay over just to pass time, I would agree, but I try my best not to let my parents find out. I think I am trying to live up how to foreign people expect Filipinos to be. Besides, there's nothing wrong with being kind and welcoming to guests, and I find it fun to have company compared to being alone. Moving on, Filipinos are also known to be respectful. We look up to our elders. We listen and give importance to the words that our elders say. We are raised to be obedient. In our home, if you were to talk back to your parents if they are right, or show signs of disrespect, or do something bad, then good luck. A session of scolding and pain awaits you. But I don't hold anything bad against that. In fact, I think that those things help me become more mindful of the things that I do, allowing me to become a more disciplined person. Speaking of discipline, did I mention that Filipinos are disciplined people? Well, not all the time, but from what I see, compared to other nationalities, I can say that Filipinos are more disciplined. I was raised to be a disciplined person. At a young age, we were taught how to do household chores and maintain cleanliness in our home. We were taught how to be humble. Bragging and showing off our possessions were discouraged by our parents. We were taught how to differentiate what we want from what we need. I think that one of the factors that helped us on that is that we were not that well off back then. Because my parents had debts to pay, we had a lot of struggles financially, and the monthly salaries that my parents had were not enough to sustain for our day-to-day needs, leading them to borrow more money, adding to the money that we owe other people. We had to live as simple as possible, avoiding spending money on unnecessary things. But despite that lifestyle, we were content. We were happy. Based on our experiences, I can say that Filipinos are resilient people as well. We always manage to rise above the challenge. Instead of wallowing, we try to pick ourselves up and smile. We learn to adapt to the situations given to us. One situation where Filipinos exhibited the spirit of resilience was during the Typhoon Yolanda. I experienced the devastation brought by the typhoon. Many houses were brought down. Fortunately for us, only a portion of our house was lost. Many people had to start over, and many were left hungry. But despite all of the challenges that we faced, we still managed to pick ourselves back up and continue life. We learned that in life, anything can happen. You just have to make the most with what you have and try to make things better. Filipinos are also very superstitious and religious people. One of the major influences of our religion, especially Christianity, is the invasion of the Spaniards. Other countries that have also invaded the Philippines also left a part of their culture and are now being taken up by us Filipinos as our own. As for me, I was raised by a family with medium level of religiousness. But things changed when I joined Youth for Christ during high school. I became more religious and became an all-around better person. Overall, I can say that everything that happened around me played a huge role in making me who I am today. All my experiences, all the lessons that I have learned, and all the memories that I have shared with other people have something to do to how I act as a member in our society.